so you're probably back in Florida. So exciting, I know. And I hope you had an amazing time in Missouri. Well, I know you're excited to be back with a little Kevin and your biffles, but I'm ready to be down there too, for real. Like, I'm gonna cry. And like, I called my dad and I was like, well, first I talked to Shelby this morning and she was like, so what's the answer? And I was like, I don't know yet. And she was like, well, you need to get your dad to call up there again, like, be persistent. So I was like, all right. So I texted my dad in school and I was like, hey, call the school again, and he didn't say anything. So I called him after school and I was like, did you call the school? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well. And he was like, well, they didn't answer. I was like, okay. And then he was like, well, we're gonna talk tonight. Yeah, that should be good. And he was like, I'm not talking about it anymore, we're talking tonight. And I don't feel like that's a good thing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a no. They're so sad. Like, I'm almost positive, like, he's just gonna be like, don't worry about it, Crystal, it's only 9 months. You can put up with it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm gonna be like, so. Anyways, my day at school was pretty good. Picked Tanner up, then got to school kind of early. I thought we were going to be late, but we didn't. And then first period was fine. Had to do this like presentation thing today, and I like looked like an idiot doing it because I didn't know what I was talking about. And then second period, that's when we went outside, and she's like, let's go blow up these big, like, these humongous, what are they called? These humongous, like, beach ball things? I don't know what they're called. Anyways, blew them up, and then we went out there, and we had to, like, hit them back and forth, and I was like, nah, I feel like a child right now. And it was so stupid. Like, she was like, this is to teach you that you're gonna have to do multiple things at once when you're in the classroom with the children. And she was like, so someone in the group has to be disabled. I was a disabled kid. I had to have no legs, so I was like crawling around outside of my knees. Yeah, that sure hurt. And then third period came, and I didn't do anything. Then fourth period, me and my husband, we flirted. Holla. He like came at me and he like leaned on the desk, and I was like, hey. No big deal. And we like talked for a bit. Then fifth period. Okay, so I was like freaking out in fourth period about this test, so I got this guy to like help me study. And Hannah, she like turned around and she was like, are you studying for Bible class right now? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you know, he went over everything yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's funny, because I wasn't there. Like, it doesn't matter if I was there or not anyways, like, I still would have been studying. And she was like, oh, okay. I will kill her. But anyways, so then I go to fifth period, and she sits next to me. And I looked at my friend Raven, and I was like, I bet you $10 she's not going to study, and she's going to expect to cheat off me. I bet you $10. And she was like, all right. I was right. We're sitting there, and I'm like taking the test, and I look over, and she's like leaned over with her glasses on so she can see. So I covered my shit with my piece of paper. Like, usually I don't care, like, if people cheat, but like, don't like call me out for like studying and like acting like you know everything and then expect to cheat off me. Like, no. So I like covered it up, and like she said something, but I couldn't understand what she said. And I think it said, okay, I got you. Like, I'll get you back. But I know she was kidding. But I was like, what? Like, really loud so the teacher would hear. And like, my teacher like kind of looked up, and she like put her head down so he like wouldn't catch her. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I was like the first one done, and she was the last one done. Okay, that's what studying gets you. So don't like call me out for studying when you don't even know what the hell you're doing. So then after that, we started like, we pulled out our Bibles, and we were all like reading from like the very first page of the Bible. We all had to like read a line. I look over, Hannah's the only one asleep. Like, she's like passed out, like asleep on her Bible. And I just want to look at her and be like, that's so disrespectful. Like, what are you doing? So I hit Raven. I was like, look at her. And like, my teacher would like skip over her, like, because he's like too nice of a guy. But like, that's just so rude. Like, we're sitting here reading the Bible, and you're gonna fall asleep. That's like falling asleep in church. Like, that's just so rude. And so then finally she like woke up, and she's like, oh shit, what are we doing? And by then we were already done reading the Bible, and I was like, we're done, we've been done. And she was like, well, what are we doing? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it sounds so bitchy to say, but, like, she just got on my nerves. And 6th period came, didn't do anything. My teacher thought I was skipping because I went in there and Patricia was gone yesterday too. And, like, he knows how, like, close friends we are. So I go up to him, I give him my admit, and he was like, you know, your little buddy was gone yesterday too. And I was like, yeah, I know. I didn't find out until I was signing out. And the girl in the class was, like, in the office as I was signing out, so she, like, knew that I didn't know. And he was like, I just think that's a coincidence. And I was like, no, but for real, like, I didn't know until I was signing out. And the girl, like, was like, no, for real, like, Crystal didn't know. Like, I was in there as she was signing out. And he was like, oh, I'm sure. Shit, if he writes me up, I'm gonna raise hell. Because I really didn't. Like, I went home and I slept, and I didn't even see Patricia that day. But, and then we went to Chick-fil-A, and now I'm her, chilling like a villain. Yeah. But I would poop. And I'm so sorry if someone's, like, watching this with you, like Kevin or something. That's so embarrassing, but I don't care. I really gotta go. My hair is looking hot. No big deal. Hey. Anyways, so I'm gonna go. You have an awesome first day back in Florida. So I'm gonna let you go. Peace. Actually, that looks really dumb. I'm not ever gonna do that again. Don't ever do that. Okay, I'm going. Bye.